Hey y'all! Before anything, I wanna say I'll try to keep the video enjoyable for non-league players too. Now I know, yes, the allegations are true. I haven't seen the inside of a shower for a couple of weeks now. I've really gotten into League of Legends. I don't know if this has anything to do with the Christmas spirit or Arcane. By the way, I really liked Arcane. I want to get this out of the way first. I just want to say the story itself wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be. I think it would have benefited greatly from like 3 more seasons. But again, Riot James doesn't just have infinite money to give to animators. But I'm on a tangent, so let's get back to it. League of Legends. I don't think I've ever said this on the channel before, so you'll be the first to witness my confession here. I've been playing League of Legends since 2020. You know, take me away. If you wanna turn off the video after knowing this about me, it's totally fair. I can see the vision. Obviously I'm exaggerating, but it's kinda been common knowledge that League of Legends is the prime game to stay away from. One that when they get you, it gets you, and you'll be turned into this toxic sludge, someone who was once a person. Showers? Grass? Social interaction? What are those? And to be honest, for a lot of people that's the case. Even though I'm gonna glaze the shit out of League today, we can't just ignore the fact that it does some bad and, as a child would say, poo-poo fangs. Riot James is a person who likes to make some money, and he's a company, I get it. What I can't really get is when he makes a skin about the size of this for $500 and then has the absolute gall to put it into FOMO, because watch out guys, if you don't buy it right now you won't ever be able to, so buy it right now. Quite frankly, Riot James, that's uncoolio, and it makes me mad that you would ever think of doing this to your fans. Because you guys probably have the coolest lore and media of any modern game. And also, I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to. Yes, League can be a really frustrating game. 2 years ago I could never have said this. But if you're playing with your friends of exclusively non-ranked, just wanna have fun, goober mentality players, League of Legends is a fun fucking game. You will get frustrated from time to time and say, man, fuck this game, but ultimately when I'm playing League of Legends, I have so much fun that it cancels out any frustration that I have. And that's insane! So allow me to explain why, despite all of its blunders, I still love League of Legends. Right after I do something stupid. Okay, let's get into it. Firstly, I want y'all to understand the weight of the words League is fun, because it required a huge character arc for me to get to this point. I first started playing in like 2017 and I went Ashe top for like 4 matches and I got beaten to death several times in all of those matches. Probably because Ashe is not a character you should be taking topside, and back then I disliked the moving with your mouse thing heavily. I remember looking at the game being like, why couldn't they just... we already have WASD. Yeah right, we don't all have exactly 4 buttons on a mouse for our 4 abilities. Well, how about it's required, huh? You need 4 buttons on your mouse to play and I don't care, okay? I don't give a fuck! So I've put the game down thinking that it's at the point where it's too complicated for new players to get into it. I simply can't learn it because there's already more than 100 characters in this. And there I was, 3 years later in 2020, and for better or worse I managed to get into it. For that time being though, I'm sure it was for the worse, and I think it has to do all with the mentality of your teammates. My friends at the time were focused on the goal being winning. The game was fun if we won at the end. And over time this mentality became incredibly toxic. I was raging practically every game where I fell behind, which was a lot of games, because on one hand I didn't want to be better. Deep down I just wanted to have fun with some stupid characters. I just wanted to run around with some drunk ass guy with a big ass belly who burps on every ability cast. Man, I fucking love Gregas. But on the other hand, I had to get better, because otherwise the game wouldn't be fun, because I'd be fucked into the ground. But eventually I stopped hanging out with those friends for reasons outside of League of Legends, and with that became a bittersweet ending of my League career. At this point I absolutely hated the game. I was full on Snoop Dogg mode. Man, fuck this game. It was deleted from my PC, my mind, my everything. Except for one thing. The lore. Dude, the lore absolutely shits. League wasn't lying, that lore can make you feel. When League was just starting out, it had no coherent word, because it was just kinda like, what if we would put in a character that's like angry? So for this mentality's characters to be so beautifully brought together in the modern world building of League, to even have the potential of a serial killer obsessed with perfection and a sex demon to meet is so interesting and makes you think of all the dynamics between the characters. Y'all cannot believe this! I'm cheese! We're gonna kill you! To know that, yeah, you can have a machine making tiny-ass rat and a celestial dragon who made every star in the galaxy in the same world and make it make sense is nothing short of extraordinary, or however you say that word, amazing. As much as I wanted to get rid of League from my mind, its word was something special to me. To know that there's different tribes up in the cold mountains and they each worship some demigod that you can play with in the game, and there's like rivalry between the gods and they're also siblings, and this big ass bear's like, war is cool, and this ghost like, war's ass, fuck you, so they beat the shit out of each other. And that's awesome! There's a scumbag scamming pirate city with cunning demons who say whatever you want them to say in order to make a deal with them, and captains and more scammers and gay people and lesbians, like more than one. I couldn't not follow the lore because it's a fantasy world where fantasy and steampunk and body horror exist and make sense at the same time. So after 2 years of being on a hiatus, me, my friends and my girlfriend eventually asked ourselves, do we wanna play League? At first the obvious answer was hell no, why would I wanna play that shit ass game that hurt me so many times? All the times I was trying my best just to have some shit eating toddler tell me that my stats are 070 and tell me that I'm bad, which hurt way more than it should have. All the time some super tryhard fuckers made me eat dirt in the casual game modes, why would I wanna go back to that? To remember how I, a real person, was inspired by a fictional dude who deadass carries the last light of a long-lost race, who fights against the embodiment of evil with the most cocky, optimistic attitude, because I wanna play as that guy. I wanna go up against the embodiment of evil, in this case League of Legends players. So eventually we got everyone on board, even my girlfriend who was the most hesitant. She enjoys casual games heavily, and she has no desire to be better with pixels in a video game that's like super competitive. She just likes when a game is fun, and it was so relieving to see that even she, someone who has no desire to get better in this game, someone who's very new to this, could enjoy this game with the help of us, because we weren't like, why the fuck are you not buying items, dude? You didn't buy your item. He was right in front of you, idiot. All you had to do was ignite him. Because all of us went in without the let's win so it's fun mindset. It was more of a bruh, you need to tell me what items I'm gonna need to buy or I'll rip your skin off kind of mindset. It was more of a watch me win this. Fuck! It's playing Gregas. I mentioned him briefly, but I wanna talk about him cause dude, he's the best character of all time. The power I feel when I'm behind everyone in the game, but I can still hit his fucking little dance. This is how I'm doing it to your mom, emote. The fact that even if I die in the most annoying skin crawling way possible, he just respawn and say some shit like,
Don't get pushy.
and burp. Like TB Skyan said, he's the equivalent of a fart joke, and I already made a video about how much I like fart jokes. It was seeing some dude in the chat typing easy after they got a kill or some shit, and hitting back with the straight kindergarten humor with that try not to eyelet. It's opening the apparently legendary skin Toboggan Corky, which looks so ass that I can't play with any other skins of his, even though I have the super cute Corky where his little plane's a little corgi. And while we're at it, dude, there's some cute ass stuff in this game, like controversial topic coming up. Yumi. For those who don't play, Yumi's been a conundrum for League. She's the only character who has the ability to attach to someone, which in turn makes Yumi unable to be hit by any ability in the game as long as she's on any teammate of hers. And I think you can see the problem with that. She's essentially just a living boost to your stats. When she's on you, she can heal you and deal some damage and give you resistances, and you can't do anything about it. For this reason, a lot of League players said that if any character should be deleted from the game, it should be Yumi. My counter-argument? She's a tiny cute cat. I don't really care about balance, and for the people that do, I fully respect y'all. I am the dumb one here. What I wanna say with this is that I'm not skilled enough to notice if something's overpowered unless it kills everyone on our team at the same time. I live in blissful ignorance and I love it. All of this brings me to say I'm happy I was fortunate enough to get to know this game. Thank you to my friends for making me see that yes, League is a game that can be casual fun, even though despite all of this it can and will get you frustrated. At the end of the day, you can always type easy after you die, which will never be unfunny. For the few people that care, I'm gonna do some champion highlights now. I will always cherish this move I hit with Jax. Two people coming up on my ass, I'm punching, I'm fucking them up. One of them dies, I'm really low on health. He's fairly alright. This might be the end of me. Fuck no, fuck you, what do you think this is? I love how like playing the Spider-Man game makes you feel like Spider-Man. Playing with Dr. Mundo makes you feel like a bumbling idiot. He's so fucking easy to play and I love him for that. Here's a clip of me soloing the strongest enemy of the game. I just punch it repeatedly until it dies. League to me could be described as a man who stabbed me multiple times, tried to rip my throat out, went to prison for it, came back a couple years later, and became my best friend. If by some miracle I made you want to try out League, I wanna tell you to not worry about your stats. Exclusively play with friends that you know are gonna be cool about you ripping ass in a video game, even though I think that should be a given. Always play with at least 2 or 3 other friends. If you wanna play with less, be prepared for text combos. Because if you die a couple times, random people will call you ass, so be prepared to hit back with the "do you know what math is?" You gotta hit back with that "my local bank loves to steal my possessions." Just whatever insane and unrelated stuff gets in your head, you gotta type that immediately, because in most cases they will leave you alone. And if they don't, you're still there writing stupid ass stuff with your friends, aka you're having fun, which is what you're there to do. Thank you League of Legends for being a cool ass game, and that was everything I wanted to say today. Thank you for watching my first gaming related video. I'm probably gonna do more of this because I had a lot of fun scripting and talking about this. I wanna wish all y'all a happy new year and a Christmas and everything that you celebrate. If you enjoyed today's video, consider to like or subscribe or whatever, do what you want. I love y'all and bye bye.